Thank you so much for tuning in to Y254 TV. It's 24th of March 2021. I trust you have been well. A very good Wednesday evening to you. My name is Dereva Hilary. Welcome to the broadcast. We begin from education sector, where Education Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha has said that there will be increased vigilance at examination centers to curb cheating of the commencement of the Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education on Friday. Magoha, who spoke in Kisumu following the conclusion of KCPE examinations that began on Monday, said the exams were administered with utmost observance of exam rules and COVID-19 protocols. The CS also hinted at increased vigilance at examination centers ahead of the KCSE exam. He said each examination center will have at least 3 police officers, contrary to 2 officers, as was the case for the KCPE exams, which have just concluded.
Let me warn again for the last time that as we go to the KCSE examination, we are following up quite a number of cheeky center managers together with their collaborators. And I would have this to say that the integrity of the examination shall be protected at any cost. So if you think that you are bold enough, whether you are from Homa Bay, or from Migori, or from Isebania, or even from Kisii, my warning to you is that you stop confusing our children. We are not scaring the children, we are protecting them. There are people who are planning to hire university students to go and sit for examinations in certain parts of this country. Let me just say that we are watching you. They think they are very advanced because they may even have interfered with the photographs, but it shall not happen under our guard.
Now to some rather sad news. At least 3 people were killed Wednesday and several others injured when the bus they were traveling in was hit by an improvised explosive device IED set on Arabia Road in Mandera County. The bus was heading to Mandera town from Lifi. Mandera Governor Ali Roba confirmed the deaths, saying the bus was badly damaged after it was hit by the explosive, adding that the number of casualties might increase. Police say they are on high alert following the attack. The attack comes a day after security agents repulsed an attempt by Al-Shabaab militants to attack a police camp in Lifi area. It is believed the same group is behind the attack on the bus. The gang had fired 2 rockets-propelled grenades and fired several times into the border patrol unit camp in Sheikh Barrow area before they were repulsed. The national government is constructing 160 million shilling state-of-the-art technical training college in Watamu, Kilifi County to provide residents with professional skills aimed at transforming the economy of the area. Kilifi North Member of Parliament Owen Bayer, who is the project's brainchild, says the college will also end Watamu's over-reliance on the tourism sector, which has been on a downturn in recent times owing to various factors, the latest being the coronavirus pandemic. Speaking after inspecting the project, Bayer said if Watamu continues depending on tourism, it will be difficult to sustain the people's livelihoods. Bayer said programs which will be taught at the institution include engineering and hotel management. He said the college shall attract over 10,000 students who will, together with the teachers, and rent accommodation locally that will go along to local economy, including shops, restaurants, and bars.
To go to Italy, to go and train to be a hotel manager, that can be done here. So I'm bringing training also to support the hotels which are here, because our people get paid very little money because they are employed as untrained. So equipment for this college is ready, and the programs that will be taught here include engineering, include hotel management. You don't have to go to Italy to go and train to be a hotel manager. That can be done here. So I'm bringing training also to support the hotels which are here, because our people get paid very little money because they are employed as untrained, or they're trained in the hotel. They don't have papers, they don't have certificates, but this college will train hotel management and all cadres in the hotel industry.
In other news, the government has handed over 170 locally acquired hospital beds to 14 counties. Each hospital will get 10 beds, with Nairobi getting 40 beds. Industrialization and Trade Cabinet Secretary Betty Maina, who was speaking during the event, said the government was moving to source locally manufactured goods to uplift the livelihoods of Kenyans. Maina challenged young people to showcase their capabilities and talents, noting that going forward, the government will be keen to work closely with local investors. Interior Principal Secretary Karanja Kibisho, who attended the event, said the beds have been given to the counties at no cost.
Give the right signals from government, give a right push, like in policy of, Buy Kenya, Build Kenya, that we are capable of generating these markets for these products within our country. And we're very excited when people come in and deliver.
We are here today to demonstrate to the young people that we can actually use the young people, we can actually manufacture things here, and the government can actually buy them. And that is what we are here to do. And this to serve as a lesson to the other young people, that should you have your skill, should you have the ability to do work by yourself, use the opportunities that exist in government to be able to earn a living and make money for yourself.
We will do everything possible to ensure that those young people that have good ideas are granted the opportunity, also, not only to make what they have, but also to ensure it is showcased to the consumers and their opportunity is actually.
Turning on to COVID-19 vaccination update, the government of Kisii is calling on locals to go for the coronavirus vaccination exercise. Kisii Deputy Governor Joash Maangi said he was taking the jab as proof to locals that the vaccine was safe and meant to protect their lives. Speaking at Kisii Teaching and Referral Hospital, Maangi encouraged people to get vaccinated. He noted that in some countries, non-vaccinated travelers were being denied entry. He also said he had agreed with Governor James Ongwae that they led by example by taking the vaccine. Richard Onkware, who is the County Director of Public Health Service, dismissed the myths surrounding the vaccination. Meanwhile, in Mombasa County, Jokam Hospital has received 800 doses of COVID-19 vaccines from the county government in a bid to protect vulnerable healthcare workers. Jokam CEO Dr. John Chamia, who received the consignment, said that the facility will not vaccinate underage persons and those allergic to vaccines.
Vaccination is the new reality. Many people have been saying about side effects and all these things. But I'm a believer that doctors heal, doctors treat, but only God heals. We must encourage our people to go through this vaccination process. And you must understand that the new world now, all over the world, there's even talk that you may not be able to travel to some countries if you have not been vaccinated. So let's not discourage people. Let us not, create unnecessary doubts. Sinadungwa. Na mimi sikusikia any pain, sikusikia uchungu yoyote. So let's not scare people. This is the new reality and we must be prepared. We have, the last time when I spoke to my governor, we agreed that as leaders, we must lead from the front. And you can see I'm here. And we have shown people that all of us will go through this process. Let us encourage everybody to do this. Let us join the president in encouraging people to be safe. Wash your hands. Wear your masks. As you can see, I'm a mask. And keep safe distances. Wash your hands. wear masks, keep safe distance, because COVID-19 is a reality, and we're told it's coming back with a vengeance. So let us protect ourselves. Let us heed to the health protocols. Let us make sure that we observe the health requirements. And for heaven's sake, let us get vaccinated. The government is doing this for free. And you know, just like other vaccinations like measles, people initially were a little bit hesitant, but it turned out that it's a reality. We must do this. I encourage everybody in Kenya, more particularly in Kisii County, our county, let us get vaccinated. But as we get vaccinated, let us still continue observing the health COVID-19 protocols, which are three, basically. Wear masks, wash your hands, keep your distances. Asante.
With that story, we'll be taking a very short break. When we come back, I'll tell you what has happened to Kakamega Senator Cleopas Malala. Do stay with us. We'll be back with most. We just tuned in. This is Y254 News Highlights. Now, Kakamega Senator Cleopas Malala has been ejected as the Deputy Minority Leader following resolutions by NASA Senators Parliamentary Group meeting held at Parliament today. Kilifi Senator Stewart Mazayo has been fronted to replace him, with the Speaker of the Senate, Ken Lusaka, said to communicate to the House on the same. The opposition senators accused Malala of alleged gross misconduct and mischief in the recently concluded Matungu parliamentary mini-poll. Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i has said his ministry will work closely with churches to see the peace and stability prevail during the referendum and the forthcoming general election. He noted that the church leaders had shown concern over what was happening in the nation. Matiang'i was speaking during a consultative forum with the National Churches of Kenya NCCK at Jumia Resort Conference Center in Limuru to discuss how the two bodies would work together to see peace and stability enhanced in Kenya ahead of the referendum and 2022 general election. The CS said they will build collaboration so that they can have constant communication and dialogue to ensure the country remains peaceful. NCCK Secretary General Canon Chris Kinyanjui said the constitutional amendment bill has generated a lot of heat, saying they wanted assurance on the way forward. Canon Kinyanjui said the church wants to engage with the Interior Ministry to curb divisive politics in Kenya.
We will now have a new infrastructure where throughout our national government administration framework, from the regional commissioners, security teams, all the way down to the grassroots, we will build a collaboration with them so that we have constant conversations and dialogue to ensure that our country remains peaceful and secure and stable, even as we go through these national exercises that we'll carry out.
And as we go to that process, we wanted the assurance that this process is going to be peaceful, is going to be safe, and is not going to displace anybody from their homes, and is not going to bring instability in our country.
We will now have
Now, moving away from Kenya, the rebel administration in eastern Libya has officially handed over power to the country's new interim government based in Tripoli. The handover ceremony took place Tuesday in Libya's second city, Benghazi, headquarters of the eastern administration. A new government of national unity led by Prime Minister Abdul Hamid Dbeibah and backed by the United Nations was sworn in last week in Tripoli to replace the two rival administrations which have been fighting for control of Libya. In France, President Emmanuel Macron announced that Paris will reopen its embassy in Tripoli next week, which was closed in 2014 as violence spread in the country. Libya has been beset by violence since forces backed by NATO overthrew its leaders Muammar Gaddafi in 2011.
Towards national and international reconciliation. The government in eastern Libya has handed over its power to the new Government of National Unity, or GNU.
حكومة الوحدة الوطنية حكومة مصالحة وطنية حتقدم كل الخدمات للشعب الليبي كله. الآن تم الاستلام من الحكومة الوطنية الحكومة المؤقتة، والآن بادئ العمل على توحيد ليبيا والاستعدادات جارية لتقديم كل الخدمات للشعب الليبي.
French President Emmanuel Macron has welcomed the formation of the interim government. He announced that France's embassy in the Libyan capital Tripoli will open next week, after having been closed since 2014.
Ça n'est pas simplement un soutien de mots ou de façade, c'est un soutien complet qui sera celui de la France. Dès lundi, notre ambassade à Tripoli sera rouverte et notre ambassadrice, qui n'a pas cessé jour et nuit de travailler au service de cette ambition, pourra retrouver votre sol pour mettre en œuvre tout ce que nous venons de dire à vos côtés.
The unity government, which is part of a UN-backed plan, was officially sworn in last week. Interim Prime Minister Abdulhamid Deiba has pledged to lead.
Meanwhile, in Israel, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu could struggle to secure enough seats to stay in power. Incomplete results from Tuesday's elections continue to show. With nearly 90% of votes counted, his right-wing bloc is 8 seats short of the threshold to form a government. A rival right-wing party would so far and another 7 seats if it throws its weight behind Mr. Netanyahu. The final results will, among other things, determine the course of Israel's relations with the Palestinians. Netanyahu, with the Israelis' longest-serving leader, has promised to form a right-wing government led by his Likud party. A smaller right-wing party, Yamina, led by former Netanyahu loyalist Naftali Bennett, could hold the balance of power, but has not explicitly declared whether it will support the Prime Minister's efforts to form a government of those of opposition parties wanting to remove him. Now looking at COVID-19 situation in Kenya today, 1,540 people tested positive for COVID-19 from a sample size of 9,348 tested in the last 24 hours. This brings the positivity rate at 16.5%. From today's cases, 1,446 are Kenyans, while 94 are foreigners. Nairobi, in terms of administration, in terms of numbers, Nairobi has 865, Nakuru 139, Machakos 82, Kiambu 76, Kajiado 42, Uasin Gishu 36, Turkana 33, Mombasa 29, Kericho 20, Kisumu 20, Trans Nzoia 17, Kitui 17, Narok 14, Migori 13, Bomet 12, Bungoma 12, Kilifi 12, Nyeri has 12 as well, with Garissa, Nandi and Kisii has 8, Laikipia 7, Meru 7, Tharaka Nithi has 7, Mandera and Nyandarua have 6 cases each. Siaya has 4, with Kakamega having 3, Elgeyo Marakwet 3, Busia and Makueni, Murang'a, Baringo have 2 cases each, with Tana River, West Pokot, Homa Bay, Kirinyaga, Kwale and Lamu having 1 case each. 184 patients have recovered from the disease. 95 are from the home-based and isolation care, while 89 are from various health facilities. Total recoveries now stands at 90,770. 18 deaths have been reported in the last 24 hours. 1 has occurred in the last 24 hours, while 13 are late death reports from facility recorded audits. The cumulative fatalities are now 2,066. Condolences to the family and friends of those who lost their loved ones. Another 60 patients are separately on supplementary oxygen, with 48 of them in the general wards and 12 in the high dependency unit, with 1,073 patients currently admitted in various health facilities countrywide, while 3,315 patients are on home-based isolation and care, with 141 patients in the ICU, 34 of whom are on ventilatory support and 99 on supplemental oxygen. 8 patients are on observation. And that story of COVID-19 situation in Kenya marks the end of our broadcast tonight. Thank you so much for staying with us. Enjoy the rest of our programming. See you again next week. My name is Dereva Hilary. Goodbye and good night.